most of the companies are outsourcing their customer touchpoint and customer experience side. What exactly your take on it?
Outsourcing, franchising, or own expansion is not a luxury anymore. It's a necessity. So what is more important is the basis on which you do it. How much of your knowledge do you want to share, or if you look at it, how much of your knowledge do you want to part with? Because knowledge also gives power of doing business. I recently met a very interesting person who has opened up a showroom for showcasing rice.
Oh.
Initially, I thought a trader opening up a showroom means typically he has done better interiors. But when I dug deeper into it, I found out, he talks about history, geography, types. He talks about how you have to nurture the crop and the sources from which he fetches all that rice and all. Based on this intellectual property that he has created around rice, and he showcases more than 100 varieties of rice. Doing all this gives him the strength to franchise. In that sense, franchising is typically outsourcing the customer touchpoint, right? So first of all, do you have the intellectual property? Do you have a mechanism where emotions of your people are upbeat and aligned to the purpose of your business? Right. People approach franchising like a plotting project of real estate, which is like plots bana do aur bech do. But franchising or outsourcing is not like that. You have to monitor whether they are performing according to your standards or not. Your brand is at stake and you are sticking your neck out in that sense. Quite often, things are outsourced to locations or geographies where the culture is so different that it doesn't somehow gel. So these aspects are very necessary. In my opinion, it also refers to a concept called as responsibility centers. There are three as the world talks about. There is cost center, profit center, and there is investment center. We, as per process philosophy, want to introduce the fourth one as well, which we call as Samskruti center. How people interact, how people coexist, the ethos of that. So that is very important in order to check whether it gels or not. So firstly, the basis, whether how deeply they are rooted in terms of intellect and emotion, and how gelling happens culturally.
So when is the right time to expand?
One needs to look at expansion on a sideline all the time. Before incurring capital expenses or before entering into agreements with different parties or third parties in form of outsourcing or licensed manufacturing on the supply side, one really needs to consider the fact that it is a subjective call based upon the kind of business it is, the kind of evolution it has seen by far, the stage at which it is in the evolution path.